Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome on the Culture News. My name is David Serero, and I have the pleasure to have today on iHeart Radio on the Culture News and many other platforms a wonderful, successful rapper, producer. He goes by the name of POTAP, ladies and gentlemen. It's spelled POTAP, POTAP, and he has released a new project, which we're so happy to talk about, called Slavic Balagan. Slavic Balagan. It's a beautiful piece, and it's a wonderful artist. Very popular. You go on Instagram, you will see he has 2 million people listening to him. Wonderful music producer, songwriter, and IT businessman. We're so glad to have him today over the phone, the one and only Mr. Potap. How are you today?
Yes, thank you. Still alive and kicking, David. Nice to be on the wave of iHeart Radio. I love that. It's a dream come true because I'm a super famous person, but never be on the wave in English speaking interviews. So that's the time for me. That's the
Ah,
second
that's good.
second use for me. So, and I'm glad to represent. Actually, I love your accent, like Slavic
Ah.
Balagan. Said it with the French accent, but it's a Slavic Balagan. So it's a combination of Slavic music because I heard a lot of music on your radio, particularly. But unfortunately, not too much of Slavic music. But
Ah.
it's on the race right now in a different part of the world. So we put our piece in this race of the Slavic music.
Exactly, and we love how you talk about it. And indeed, we need more international music, that's for sure. So we are extremely happy to have you today over the phone. So first question, I would love to know where you're from and how did you start music?
Okay, my name is Alexei Potapenko. Originally, I'm from Kiev, Ukraine. So my father was always a musician. He teach me how to play on the guitar, and then it was the two careers of mine: career of sportsman, of the young water polo player, or career of musician. So I've decided at some point became a superstar musician, and dream come true. I became super popular in Ukraine, in C countries. I don't remember how to say it right. So ex-USSR countries. So all in this part of the globe, I became one of the biggest musicians, and then coach of the voice, for example. 6 years in a row, I'm sitting like a coach of Ukrainian voice. So 20 years, I've been doing the different kind of music and different projects. My super famous project, it's a duo with my future wife. Now she's my wife, but when we started, it was not completed. Yes, it was a famous duo, Potap and Nastya. So my wife is Nastya. She's super famous, actually. Check it out in her Instagram. She has 5.5 million subscribers. So she's much bigger than me. So and then I create some musical projects and like Время и Стекло and Mozgi Band, and summary I get like 4.5 billion hits in YouTube and blah. And then yeah, I can say about myself the whole day long. So stop me, please.
No, we don't want to stop you because you are absolutely extraordinary, and of course I know you from I know the great Potap, from the Voice of Ukraine, and again,
Yes, sir.
congratulations for what we did. I think we said Golos Ukraini, right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Голос України, так, голос
you
країни.
say better.
Браво.
You say better. And so tell us about that experience of being a judge of the Voice of Ukraine. What did you learn from it yourself?
I learned how to feel the people. The first of all, the voice of kids. That's important part. because you have to teach the kid how to love the music, and you have to say no when you have to say no. That's the difficult part, because you have to say no if you don't even push the button. As a coach of the voice, you have to do everything to and say to kid and act with the kid like this, that he can came back on the next year and continue if this kid talented. And the most important part with the voice of kids, it's a parents of the kids. So sometimes it's horrible, because sometimes it's strange, and sometimes it's tough. It's a rough ride. So it's much more difficult work with the parents of the kids who work with the voice, with the kid voice. And if we're talking about the voice, adult voice, so the first that I learned, you have to feel the person. You have to understand the storytelling of the person. You have to be. It's like I don't know. It's like a TV church for me. I can compare it to church, because something happens. Some magic happens. This vibration, what the people give us through their stories, through their struggle, that's how you learn to be more open and open for human beings, to become more human. That's what I learned. That's what is interesting in
Wow.
voice.
Wow, that's a beautiful way of putting it, and of course, you guys did such a beautiful impression because you were with your beloved wife Nastya,
Yes, sir.
who is also herself a very popular singer in Ukraine.
Not only in
So
Ukraine, she's
yeah,
popular in
so
Latin America right now, in USA. So she
wow,
became more famous globally. So we're working on that. Yes, and she's beauty
wow.
as well. And what annoys me most, she's beauty all the time, in the morning, in the day, in the evening. So it's
Yeah,
sometimes it's
that's a good problem.
why it's a good problem to have. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good problem. Me, I have the other problem is that she's ugly the morning, the afternoon, and the night. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. So no, no. So congratulations, and both of you, I think, deserve each other, and both of you uh, definitely are completing each other, and that's something very, very, very beautiful. So, who are the artists who have inspired you the most when you grew up? Because I don't think there were any artists like you before in Ukraine.
No, and when I was born in Ukrainian Soviet Socialistic Republic, so it was USSR back in the days, and it was not so often that we can see and listen to the music from the west. And my uncle, he has the posters on the wall, and I'm from the childhood looking at these totally different people like George Michael, Prince, Michael Jackson. And I was, as a little boy, I was wondering how I'm gonna grow up, and I'm be sitting on this motorcycle like this, like a Prince sitting on his famous poster. And that's what turned me around to the music. That's actually because I want to look like them. I want to feel. I want to dress like them. I want so there. And then my father, as a musician, showed me all the music from the tens, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and then. So I'm first of all, I'm a fan of the music, professional fan. So you can tell me like what kind of music you love from the 60s. I will tell you from this part. I love Beatles. From this part, I love Rolling Stones, and a lot of musicians and music as well, and of course the classic music like Tchaikovsky, Rachmaninoff. So that's fabulous, unbelievable composers. They create the unbelievable music, and of course a lot of different music. So you have to be a fan to be a professional.
Wow, I love that. I love what you say. You have to be a fan to be a professional. That, like, you have to be a great writer. You have to read a lot of books. You have to be fan of literature to write great books. That I totally agree with that. That is such a beautiful way of putting things. And I believe that's what your music is about. Is a mix of the classical part, but also the all these Eastern countries. They have such a beautiful, joyful music. And of course, you got open to, the Beatles and all the Occident part. So now we are going to start to listen to your wonderful, wonderful new track, Slavic Balagan. Can you tell us more about this beautiful project, this new track called Slavic Balagan, please?
The Slavic balagan, it's essential of the Slavic music, plus humor, plus celebration. So what the Slavic music can do to us? If you feel sad, if you feel blue, if you feel smiling under the weather today, yeah. So you just put this music, and somehow the magic happen, and your mood is turning around upside down. So I write a lot of songs, and I'm working on this feeling songs, like working on this project who can change your feelings. So the Slavic music, from my point of view, it's a music of the celebration. No matter how hard your life is, no matter how the big struggle you can face it all. Always you can find something that can help you to solve all of your problem and to put a smile on your face. That's what I'm talking about. The Slavic music, you just want to dance and let yourself go.
Wow, and that's definitely the right way to put it because when we listen to your music, that's what we want to do. I want to say a word also about the craziness of your music video. They are so good. Like it's really such a good production, big story, and I'm a big fan of the colors also that you guys put there. But the staging of it, we have car action, explosion. I mean, it's really a real feature film. So it's amazing. Tell us about your this idea of always making great music videos.
This idea of the making great every product that you work on it. So it's not has to be great all the time, but it has to be creative all the time. You have to put the part of your soul in every reels that you can do. Put it in Instagram, in every video. So it's all the time, from time to time, it's a challenge in yourself to make it something new, to surprise yourself. That's the most important, because the task of the good producer, of a good musician, is to surprise audience. And the task of the super professional master, like I am, who's 20 years in a row and can be tired a little bit about this all this show business life, is to surprise myself. So what I'm trying to do is to be surprised by myself as a creator. That's why sometimes it became a super hit.
Wow, I really, really love everything that you said. I really think you should teach show business and tell to people your experience because you have such a direct way of explaining what in America would take 5 hours to say. You say it in 2 minutes, and we understood it very clearly. It's absolutely beautiful. It's such an honor to have you, my dear friend, my dear Potap. And uh, what is going on for you next? What are your next project before we start to say goodbye to each other?
The next project, I'm working on a Slavic Balagan. Slavic Balagan is a social project as well. You know what? As a hero of this project, I come out on the streets of different cities. The London is the future city. Yeah, and trying to shoot some strange situation with the people on the streets and make them smile. And of course, after tomorrow, I shoot the big music video on the new track. So I would love to show you all this year and the future years the new hot tracks from Slavic Balagan, and I will surprise myself as well, as I said. And of course, I'm trying to surprise you guys. And thank you for listening me.
No, of course, my brother. It's my pleasure, and I'm the one who is thanking you and thanking your team for being part of this interview. I mean, the numbers are crazy. Just one video of yours called EMEA 505 got over 360 million
Yeah.
views. I mean, people need to know that your projects have accumulated over 5 billion views on
Yes,
all
sir.
platforms. It's crazy what you do. You know, the numbers are really really heroic. So it's really congratulations, and of course we have a thought for all the beautiful people of Ukraine and their wonderful, beautiful soul, and of course. All our hearts go to you. How do you do your profession these days? You do you still have concerts? You need to go abroad? How is it working?
Now it's working because of the situation of Ukraine. We always, which we are continuing to perform on the stages. Yesterday I was in Rome. After 2 days ago in Tallinn, in Vilnius, in Europe, in Germany. So in the future U.S. store tickets outsell right now. So everything what we do as the Ukrainian musicians right now, we're trying to still going on and on and on, and put the money and send the money to to our beloved country to stop this war and to be a good citizen of our nation.
For sure.
So yeah, so that we are still going. And we are still, and we will be on a race for sure, my friend. We will
Of
be on the
course.
race. I don't
Of
know how. I don't know where we get this power come from, but
I think it's from God, but I think it's also from your temperament that no one can beat you guys. That's one thing for sure. And I mean, all the most beautiful people, especially ladies, are from Ukraine. You know, let me put it that way. That's it. You know. So what I want to say is that people need to follow you. POTAP, wonderful, wonderful artist, POTAP, POTAP. And hopefully, we hope that with this new president, President Trump, he's going to make things move. I have the feeling that things are going to move very quickly with him. So, right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are so happy to play the wonderful project Slavic Balagan by our dear friend Potap, the hugely successful rapper and producer, number one big stars in Ukraine, a wonderful artist, Potap. Right now, it's coming up. My dear Potap, спасибо большое.
oh wow, nice
How do you say
pronunciation.
thank you in Ukrainian?
Дякую.
Дякую. Okay.
Дякую.
Thank you, brother.
Thank
And
you so much, guys. Have a nice one. Thank you.
you too, my brother. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, Potap in Slavic Balagan. Stay tuned with us. More music is follow up on iHeart Radio. Stay tuned with us. It's a beautiful day.